About 2 months ago, I was working at a local store and had to work overtime. As I walked home, the sun had already set, and the streets were deserted. Suddenly, I noticed a stranger wearing all black following me. At first, I thought it was just my imagination, but as I turned around, I saw the stranger walking closer and closer. I started to walk faster and faster, but the stranger kept up with me. Suddenly, the stranger shouted, "Hey, wait up. I just want to talk." I panicked and started to run. I didn't know what this person wanted, but I knew that I had to get away as fast as possible. As I ran, I looked around for someone to help me, but the streets were empty. I was alone with this stranger, and I didn't know what to do. Finally, I reached my house and locked the doors behind me. I was safe, but I couldn't shake the feeling of fear that had taken over me. A few days later, I noticed a person standing at a distance, looking at my house. I couldn't see their face, but I had a feeling that it was the same stranger who had followed me home. I was frightened and called the police, but when they arrived, the stranger was nowhere to be found. Days turned into weeks, and I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Every time I walked home from work, I looked over my shoulder, expecting to see the stranger following me. I was constantly on edge, and I couldn't focus on anything else. One night, I woke up to the sound of someone trying to open my front door. I was too afraid to move, and I lay there, frozen in fear. The sound stopped, and I heard footsteps walking away. The next morning, I found scratch marks on my front door, and I knew that the stranger had come back. I called the police again, but they couldn't find any evidence of the stranger's presence. Days turned into weeks, and I started to feel like I was losing my mind. I couldn't focus on work, and I couldn't sleep at night. I was constantly looking over my shoulder, expecting to see the stranger again. But then, one day, the stranger was gone. I never saw him again, and I never found out who they were or what they wanted. But the fear that they had instilled in me stayed with me for a long time. Now, every time I walk home from work, I carry pepper spray and a whistle. I'm always aware of my surroundings, and I never let my guard down. The experience has taught me to be more cautious and to trust my instincts. I never want to feel that fear again, and I never want anyone else to experience what I went through.